What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video we're going to be predicting every single UFC champion by the end of 2024. Obviously we've got a few title fights already lined up, but we're going to have a bunch more title fights and a bunch more new challengers fighting for the belt, and I'm going to predict which ones are going to get that belt and which champions that are currently the champ are going to retain their belt until the end of the year. So we're going to get started from women's strawweight. We're going to go all the way up to heavyweight, and you guys let me know if you agree or disagree with my picks in the comments. Tell me who you think is going to be champion at the end of the year. But we're going to get started with women's strawweight. I'm predicting Zhang Weili to hold the belt for the rest of the year. I don't think anyone beats her. I think she's just way better than everyone at strawweight. She's going to beat Yan Xiaonan by finish around April or May if they fight in like China or maybe another Asian country. Then she's going to defend against Tatiana Suarez in like November or December by decision. Ends the year as the 115-pound GOAT. And then Isa moved to 125 because she's basically cleared out the division. So I think Zhang Weili is just way better. She's too well-rounded. I know everyone's talking about Tatiana Suarez as this unstoppable grappling force. Like, calm down. She beat Jessica Andrade. Like, let's just chill. Just pump the brakes. So yeah, Zhang Weili ain't that good. Sorry, no, Tatiana Suarez ain't that good. Zhang Weili's going to smoke her. And Yan Xiaonan's just mid. So, yeah. Zhang Weili should hold the belt, get at least 2 more defenses. I'd like to see her get 3. Maybe fight like a Lupi Godinez or some shit, like if there's just no one else to fight. But yeah, I think she beats anyone that she does come into contact with. But another fighter or another division is women's flyweight. I think Erin Blanchfield's going to get the belt. So what I think is going to happen is she's going to beat Manon Fiorot in March by decision. I do believe that's what's going to happen. And I think Grasso-Shevchenko trilogy is going to go down. And I do think Grasso is going to get a close decision win, just slightly extending the gap between them two. So I think Grasso gets the belt, or holds the belt after the Shevchenko fight, but Blanchfield's going to dethrone Grasso in September at UFC Noche by 49-46 decision, heavy grappling. And she won't fight again for the rest of the year, but she will go into 2025 with a fight booked. So I think she's going to be booked for one of the earlier cards in the year for her first title defense, but I do see her beating Manon Fiorot in March, and I do see her dethroning either Grasso or Shevchenko, whichever one holds the belt, honestly. But the next division that we have here is men's flyweight, and I'm picking Alejandro Pantoja to hold the belt until 2025. So basically, I think that the winner of Albazi Moreno, I think it's going to be Moreno, but regardless, I do think he'll beat them in June or July. I don't think we see him for a while, unless Manel Kape wins impressively in January and they just want to book a fight first and they just chuck it on like 300 as a title fight. They could do that, but I do think we see Pantoja take a bit of time off, maybe come back middle of the year. And then I think he will defend the belt against Manel Kape in December and win by a close decision. But from there on, we're gonna kind of be looking at Pantoja like he's slightly decreasing, but I think he still will beat Manel Kape. The talks of flyweight like becoming boring again are gonna start to rise towards the end of the year. He's gonna kind of clean out the division, and we're gonna be looking at like Tatsuro Taira, Muhammad Makayev as the guys that are the only real interesting fights, because he's already beat Royval and Moreno. If he beats Albazi, then if he beats Albazi and then beats Manel Kape, who he's already beat, like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, he's just beat the whole fucking division already. But the next division is women's bantamweight. I think Mayra Bueno Silva is going to hold the belt. I think she beats Raquel Pennington by submission in January to win the belt at UFC 297. I think she then defends against Juliana Pena in June-ish, somewhere around then. I think she wins a decision there. And then she either gets held out for the rest of the year, or she potentially defends one more time against Aldana at like UFC Noche, or maybe like a Ketlin Vieira later in the year, if they just need a few title fights to add to a card, or chuck it on a fight night maybe. But I think women's bantamweight is terrible, and its calls for removal will continue. That's my prediction. But I'm going to get started more with the interesting ones. Now, bantamweight, I'm picking Corey Sandhagen to get the belt. So, I think Sean O'Malley will beat Chito Vera by decision, and I think Marab will beat Cejudo by boring decision. And as a result of that, the UFC is not going to want to give Marab a title shot. If they do, I think he beats Sean O'Malley, and then they're going to make him turn around really quickly and fight Sandhagen regardless. So, I do believe that either way, Corey's going to get that belt. I think he's going to either jump straight in line and just maybe fight for the belt in like June, July-ish, or he's going to fight Umar or something like that first. He might fight one more time, but I doubt it because Peter Yan's booked, Song Yadong's booked, Marab and Cejudo are booked, Cheeto and O'Malley are booked. Like, what's his Simone and like everyone's booked. Like Font just fought, took a lot of damage. Like I don't see him fighting. He could fight Figgy maybe, but I just don't see. I don't see Corey fighting again. So I do think he'll just get that title shot, which he deserves. And I think he wins a decision against whoever it is. I think he beats Marab, maybe. Marab's tougher for him, but I think he definitely beats O'Malley, and I do think he beats Chito Vera if he wins the belt. And if Cejudo somehow beats Marab and then beats O'Malley, I think he would beat Cejudo as well. So I think Corey's just too well-rounded. I think he's one of the best strikers in the division, and his grappling's getting up there as well. So yeah, I think he beats O'Malley by decision and then looks to fight again by the end of the year. Maybe gets a fight in December, but I think all the cards are going to be booked up. So I think we see Corey fight once this year, maybe. Maybe twice if he fights before the title shot, but I think he fights once for the belt, wins it, and then defends early in 2025. But we move on to another division, featherweight, and I do think, it's not confident, but I think Alexander Volkanovski will manage to hold on to the belt for the rest of the year. First of all, the Topuria fight, incredibly risky. I do think if Topuria wins, he will obviously hold the belt for the rest of the year, but I think Volk outstrikes Topuria at range, wins a decision. I then think he defends against maybe the winner of Allen versus Evlov in Australia, just if they need a title fight to just do, because realistically, they're not going to do Holloway again. I doubt they'll do Emmett, like he's coming off one win, so maybe like the Yair versus Ortega winner if they want to do a rematch there, but I doubt they do a Yair rematch. So I think he gets one. I think he beats Topuria. I think he gets one more win, and then they might chuck him a less deserving opponent at the end of the year if they need a title fight. But I think it's more likely we see Volk fight twice in 2024. But very risky pick. I hope he beats Topuria. I'm not confident in it, but I think it'll happen. But that being said, if Topuria wins, he'll defend against Volk in a rematch, or he'll just fight the winner of Yair versus Ortega in Spain, and then he'll probably just hold the belt for the rest of the year. But the next division that we have is lightweight, and I trolled you with the thumbnail. I do still think Islam Makhachev is going to hold the belt for the rest of the year. I think he's just too good. I don't see anyone beating him, but I think he beats Gaethje in Saudi Arabia, or maybe fights him in like May, and I think he wins by submission in that fight. And then Oliveira fights Sayukin at UFC 300. I think Oliveira's going to win by TKO, maybe. Then I think regardless, I think Islam defends against the winner of that fight in Abu Dhabi and wins by late finish. So I think Makhachev gets it done. I think he holds the belt, and then I think he dips and goes up to 170 early in 2025. Obviously scared of Bonar St. Denis, who would beat him. But the next division that we have here is the welterweight division, and I think Leon Edwards is going to hold the belt. I actually don't think Shavkat's going to beat him. I know everyone's saying Shavkat, 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 but I think Leon Edwards is going to manage to hold on to this belt. I think we're hearing rumours obviously about Bilal at UFC 300. I think that'll happen. I think he wins by 49-46 decision, which is usually Bilal's specialty, but I think Bilal will get decisioned here. They'll cave to the pressure. They'll give Remember the Plains the title shot. He defends, wins by decision. Then I think he fights Shavkat in like September. And I think he gets a really close decision, but I do think he gets it done. I just think stylistically that fight isn't as one-sided as people think. I know people think Shavkat just runs through everyone in the division, but I honestly don't think that stylistic matchup works out overly well for him. I do think Leon is cleaner on the feet. Shavkat's definitely got more power, but I do think that he isn't going to just have his way with him in the grappling. We've clearly seen Shavkat's grappling is not just this unstoppable force like it was with Khamzat Chimaev. So I think he scrapes a close win over Shavkat, and I think he's lined up to fight either Ian Gary or Jack Della Maddalena in 2025, and he's going to have Makhachev calling him out, maybe looking at a champ-champ matchup. But the next champion that we have here is middleweight, and I think this is kind of... Look, I'm not so confident on this, but I'm going to say, off the record, Sean Strickland is going to hold the belt for the rest of the year. He's going to beat Dricus du Plessis by decision, 3 rounds to 2. But regardless of the result, the winner of this will be champ by the end of the year. I believe that. Then I think he's going to fight Khamzat Chimaev, or Khamzat's going to fight Izzy at UFC 300, I believe. And then I think he fights Khamzat like International Fight Week maybe. Or now Connor's saying that's what he's doing, but maybe in July, wins by late TKO because Khamzat's going to gas out. And then maybe he fights like a Robert Whittaker, who's coming off maybe 2 wins over Costa and one other guy. I think he fights Whittaker in December and wins a close decision. Look, is this going to happen? Probably not, but I'm going to fucking go ahead and say it does. So if it does happen, then I'm a genius. But the next division is Alex Pereira at light heavyweight. I think he holds the belt. Again, I'm being a bit overly safe here, I'm going to be honest. I'm picking a lot of champs to retain their belt, but I honestly think picking champs to hold their belt the whole time is just as risky as picking a guy to win the belt, because everyone's saying Shavkat's going to be champ. Like, I swear, more people, even though Leon is technically favoured on the odds, more people are saying that Shavkat's going to end the year as champ than Leon. So I think Pereira holds it. I think he's going to beat Izzy by TKO if they fight, which I doubt, but if he does, that would happen. Then I think he's going to beat Hill when they fight by maybe TKO, later rounds using the leg kicks. Then I think he fights Rakic or Yuri, maybe in a rematch, because they're fighting. So I think he might end up getting the winner of that later in the year. Or he could fight like a Johnny Walker, and I think he will win that fight too. So I do think Pereira defends a lot of these fights, because the one guy I think would beat him is Magomed Ankalaev, but I just don't think they're going to give him a title shot. So that's what I'm relying on. But if for some reason he goes up and fights Aspinall, I take all this back, and he's going to get KO'd and then lose his belt to Jamal Hill. So, yeah, that's what I've got to say about light heavyweight. But the final division that we have is heavyweight division. I think Tom Aspinall is going to hold the belt. I think John Jones will fight Stipe. He's going to win. He's going to retire. And I think Aspinall will be promoted to undisputed champ. But in the meantime, I do believe he will defend the interim belt against like a Cyril Gane or a Jailton Almeida maybe in England. I think he'll win by finish. But yeah, I think the UFC will give Aspinall the undisputed title, and they'll book him for Almeida early in the year. I think he'll beat Blades. Almeida's going to beat Blades. I think they'll just do the Gane fight maybe. I know Aspinall's saying he wants to fight the winner of Almeida versus Blades, but I think the UFC is going to say just do Gane in England, European showdown, it'll be good. I think that'll happen in like May. And then, yeah, I think they'll book him versus the winner of Almeida versus Blades for early 2025. Because I think Jones versus Stipe will happen at November. So, yeah. But that is the video, guys. Those are my champ predictions for the end of the year. Let me know if you agree or not in the comments. Just wanted to let you guys know something's been going on my fucking YouTube account and shit. That's why I didn't post over the last 2 days. I was trying to sort it out. I was trying to verify my account. But I wasn't able to. I'm still trying to sort that out. So I'm making no money from these videos right now. My videos aren't monetized. I'm getting no ads. So I'm poor. I'm making no money. So yeah, a like, subscription if you haven't already. Leaving a comment, all that stuff. Just getting the views up would help. But I'm making no money from these. Just wanted to let you know. I was trying to sort it out over the last couple of days, but YouTube's being fucking annoying. And AdSense, this dumb website, is telling me I got the verification wrong, even though I literally did exactly what they told me to. So it's being stupid, but regardless, like the video. Otherwise, Adesanya will do Willy time with you. Subscribe, otherwise Jones is going to run you over in his car. And then comment who you think is going to be champion at the end of the year. And then follow my Instagram, Left Lane MMA, for more content. Got more videos coming soon, bold predictions and all that. So see you guys in the next one. Peace out.